What's up? Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham, and we are live here on YouTube for today's show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We got producer Trizzy Trace in the building as well, hanging out with us, keeping us live here on YouTube, so appreciate him as always. We'll let the audience build up as always, and shout out your city to get this party started, and we're going to have some fun here today. And Trizzy, welcome back, man. It's been a couple weeks.
Hey, I'm glad to be back. I've missed the Chiefs Kingdom. I missed the squad. It's good to be back.
What's good? Trizzy Trace in the house. Oh, K Chapel, Trizzy Trace in the chat.
Hey, all I'm saying is I've been seeing the super chats roll in on some of these like watch parties or live shows that you've been doing with Rolly. I'll go ahead and say this right now. If somebody sends in a $20 super chat before the end of the first segment, I'll do a beer bong for someone for the kingdom.
You heard the man. $20 super chat. He will do a beer bong. So let's make it happen. Dale Webb says, "Welcome back, Trizzy." But shout out your city. Brian says Forks, Washington. We got Severio in Smithville, Missouri. Jeff is in Belton, Missouri. Dallas is where Corrupt C3 is. We got Cole Keller in Wichita, Tony Fuentes in Dallas, Rich King in South Africa. What's up, Rich King? Randy Noble in Albany. We got Achilles Coletas in Toronto. Kansas City, Missouri is where K Chapel is. We got Kenneth in Kansas City, Kansas. Brian in Orlando. St. Louis from John says, "Love the Chiefs, hate the Rams." So not a old St. Louis Rams fan. We got Brian in Orlando. Saskatoon is where Kyle is. Rock Island, Illinois from Terrence there. Will you go live tonight? No live tonight. I thought about it, but some other things came up. But we will be back Saturday for a watch party. We haven't been able to do them recently. The schedule hasn't worked out, but we'll be live for Saturday's game, and then, of course, all the playoff games as well. Speaking of tonight, though, who wins? Because if the Bengals win tonight, then all the Chiefs have to do is beat the Raiders in Week 18, and they are the number one seed in the AFC. So with that being said, who you got? Type BUF for Buffalo, CIN for Cincinnati. Should be a fun game tonight, and it's got major playoff implications as well. So let us know who you guys think wins. This game is in Cincy, so take that for what it's worth. Ed Griffin says Cincinnati, so does Severio. Let's go Cincinnati from the weekend. We got Dale Webb, Tony Fuentes, Dallas all saying Cincinnati. Not seeing anyone say Bills. Someone says, can we get the first if the Bills lose? Yes, like I just said, if the Bills lose or tie tonight, all the Chiefs have to do is win next week, and they are the number one seed in the AFC. Speaking of next week's Saturday game, so should be interesting. Corrupt says Cincinnati. A lot of Cincy's coming out. I think we're trying to speak it into existence, but I do think they have a good chance. It's a home game for the Bengals, so we'll see what happens. John does say the Bills. First Bills comment I've seen in there. Go Bengals for the Chiefs can get first round bye. Exactly. Nerdy says Cincinnati. Bill Chase says Cincinnati. Chris Torres says Cincinnati as well. Today's show is sponsored by our good pals over at Rocket Money. And here's the deal. You're probably spending way more money on subscriptions that you even probably realize. I know that I was certainly doing that recently until I got going with Rocket Money, because they help you cancel any unnecessary subscriptions that you may have. So go download the app for free today, rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat on your phone or iPhone or Android. And what Rocket Money does is helps you stay on top of your upcoming bills, monitor your overall finances, and what it will do also is list all of your subscriptions on one screen and tell you how much you're paying for each one. Okay, you're spending $20 a month on Netflix, $10 a month on Spotify, yada, 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 so on and so forth. And what you'll probably find is, holy crap, I'm spending $200 a month on subscriptions, and half of these I'm not even using. If you want to get rid of some of them, click the cancel button next to any of those subscriptions. Rocket Money will take care of the rest, and you will not be getting charged anymore. So go to rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat. Save some money here in 2023 if you're about to be on a tighter budget like your boy here with a kid on the way. Hey, Rocket Money, they're going to help you out. Link in the live chat of this video. All right, has Patrick Mahomes clinched his second MVP trophy? The betting odds say he's a monster favorite. What do you guys think? Y for yes or N for no? Has Patrick Mahomes clinched his second MVP? It's hard to say clinch, but it's pretty damn close. If Joe Burrow goes crazy tonight and beats the Bills and Patrick Mahomes, with a chance to clinch the #1 seed, lays an egg and loses to the Raiders next week, maybe Burrow could win it. But otherwise, I think it's pretty much over. So I'll say it's like 90%. Ed says yes. Jeff, Nerdy, Dallas, Corrupt all saying yes. Joker and Chris and Cole Keller say yes. Kevin, Chris, Tyler, and Clip say yes. Clip says 5,000 yards. No way he doesn't. Yes, only 8 times in NFL history has a quarterback had 5,000 yards passing and over 40 passing touchdowns. Mahomes has done it twice. The last time he did it, he won MVP. So we will see. Chris says yes. What are your predictions? I do think he'll win MVP. Again, if Burrow wins tonight and Mahomes loses to the Raiders next week, that might crack the door open. But if he wins in Week 18, that being Mahomes, I think it is over. So we will see. How concerned are you about the Chiefs? Obviously, they're 13-3, but 2 games with the Broncos in the last month that Denver has been able to kind of hang around. At times we've talked about this. Kansas City seems to lack that killer instinct. So are you concerned, like 10 being you're very concerned, 1 being you're not concerned at all? Tony at a 5 I think is fair. Like, I still think this is a team that can win a Super Bowl, but they also, play tighter games than they should. So I'll say 5. Dale says 5. Aiden says 4-5. What's going on with our kicking? That's a problem too. I mean, I don't know if it's Butker, if it's Townsend. We kind of broke down what Dustin Colquitt said. I don't know, man. It's been a not good year for Harrison Butker. It is what it is. They play to their opponent's levels. Yeah, I mean, they've kind of always done that to an extent, but they've done that even more this year. Jeff Wilson says 7. Very on offense, no aggressive on offense, 6. Rich says 6. Bill Chase says 2. Jim says 6. 6-7 from Nerdy Productions. So it seems like most people are mildly concerned. I'm not seeing any panicking overall, but at the same time, I do think it's fair to at least have some questions heading into the playoffs. Hopefully the Chiefs put together a really complete game against Vegas in Week 18. 2 mailbags today. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. Be like Ryan, who just sent in a Super Chat. Shout out to Ryan, who's on our Chiefs Flag Club. $50 Super Chat to get on our Chiefs Flag Club. We'll bring it in here and tally you up. He says, why do the Chiefs why can't they stay focused? It does seem to be, I don't know if it's a lack of focus or a lack of execution at times, but you're right. Sometimes they just don't seem fully locked in, and I'm not sure what to point that to, but be like Ryan in Super Chat, but you can also use hashtag Chiefs to get your questions on the show. So use the hashtag Chiefs in the comments, or you can Super Chat, and we will answer as many of your questions as we possibly can. 2 mailbags on today's show. So hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat, and we will load them up. All right, before we get into those mailbags coming up here, go ahead and like the video. Hit that like button. Actually, let's do this first. Like the video, but also, who you got? Oh, this already happened, Trace. Wrong opponent. Trizzy. Type F Trace in the comments. Boo. TCU already won. Boo. It's supposed to be TCU or Georgia. Let me know. TCU for TCU, UGA for Georgia. They're troll. Dale Webb said, or Nerdy says Michigan. UGA for Georgia. It's funny, Trace. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, you were partying when the Frogs won.
Hey, I was in Fort Worth when the Frogs won. I was living it up for you. I was letting you live vicariously through me.
I love it. What a new year. And
Max Duggan's about to drag it all over Georgia.
The grit that he plays with is something to admire for sure. Terry says Georgia. Tony, Clip say TCU. So we'll see what happens. If you love the Chiefs, like this video, hit that like button, and then we will jump on into today's show. So hit the like button. Let's cross 50 likes here. Come on. We only got 32 likes. Let's get to 50, and then we will jump on in here. Like the video. Nerdy with the Michigan. That's funny. That is funny. Hit that like button. Let me know what you've liked it. Paul has liked it. James says, go Fort Worth. Trace loves Fort Worth. Cole says, are you going to re-up there, or are you moving to D-Town?
I'm moving back to D-Town. Got to be closer to work.
When's your lease up?
In July.
Okay.
So I still got
start looking in a couple months?
Yeah, I'll start looking here soon.
All right. Dale Webb's liked it. Aiden, Tony, Achilles, and Cole have liked it. There we go, 50 likes. Coming up on today's show, some news and rumors. Plus, we will answer all your questions. So use the hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat function, and Trace will get them on the show. Here we go. Let's jump into the Chiefs Report. Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. On today's show, we got some news and rumors to catch you guys up on. Heading into Week 18, although there's one more Week 17 game, and it's a very, very important one, and we will discuss the importance of that game coming up later on. But let's talk about a maybe somewhat notable injury update here. L'Jarius Sneed suffered a hip pointer in yesterday's win over the Broncos. Ian Rapoport says he is day-to-day with what he called a minor hip pointer. They don't consider it to be too serious. Here's what I will say just initially without knowing specifics of the diagnosis. I would not play L'Jarius Sneed in Week 18. I get that probably hurts your chances in Week 18 a little bit against the Raiders, and obviously you want to win that game with a chance to still get the number one seed, but I would not do it because L'Jarius Sneed this year has been probably your best overall defensive back. 104 tackles, 3 picks, 11 breakups, 3 forced fumbles. This is a guy that you need as healthy as possible come playoff time, and if he's not out there, you're already playing with a lot of youth. I mean, look at the cornerback position. Trent McDuffie, rookie. Jalen Watson, rookie. Josh Williams, rookie. L'Jarius Sneed is that third-year player. He's kind of that do-it-all, can play some nickel, can play outside type of defensive back. So I would probably sit him this week. You need him healthy for the playoffs. I get guarding Devontae Adams might be a little bit tougher if you do just that, but I still think it's the logical thing to do. I think you got to sit him this week. Hopefully you still get the number one seed if you get a little bit of help from Buffalo, but and then he gets an extra week off. That would be very, very clutch. But I think a hip, I mean, quarterback's got to be fluid, so I think sitting him this week is going to make sense. What do you guys think? Will L'Jarius Sneed play in Week 18? Type P for play or S for sit. I think he sits. I think he should sit. That is what I think will happen, so I'm going to type my S for sit. Go Bengals, go Bengals, go. Monday Night Football, and it's a huge one for the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up tonight, Bills at Bengals. If Cincinnati wins, the Chiefs can clinch the number one seed with the win in Week 18. If Buffalo wins, there's still a path to the number one seed. The Bills would simply have to lose next week to the Patriots, which is obviously not going to be as hard of a game as Cincinnati is, but it is possible, but it feels like tonight is the chance. If Cincinnati wins tonight and the Chiefs beat the Raiders in Week 18, Kansas City is the number one seed. Now, as we film this at this exact moment, technically the Chiefs are the one seed because they've gotten to 13 wins first, but if Buffalo wins tonight, they would re-jump Kansas City because they have the head-to-head tiebreaker. The Chiefs would then drop to the 2 seed. Now, what is kind of interesting is that I still think Chiefs will probably play their guys in Week 18, but if Buffalo wins tonight, they've clinched the 2 seed. So there's still a path at the 1 seed, so I think they would still play it straight up and try to beat Vegas regardless, but Cincinnati would fall 2 games back, so they would clinch a top 2 seed if Buffalo wins, because if the Bengals win and the Chiefs lose next week and the Bengals win next week, then the Chiefs could technically fall to the 3 seed, which obviously you don't want, but the path to the number 1 seed is simple. Buffalo either loses tonight or next week, and the Chiefs win in Week 18. It's as simple as that. It's been a pick 'em pretty much all week long leading up to this game. Bills at Bengals in Cincinnati. Probably the best Monday night game on paper of the year. So we'll see what happens. Should be a fun one between these 2 AFC contenders. Who do you guys think wins tonight? Type BUF for the Buffalo Bills. Type CIN for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Who wins on Monday Night Football? Now, I wouldn't put money on that game because it's going to be tough, but don't you like saving money? I know I do, and Rocket Money is going to help you save money by canceling any unnecessary subscriptions that you may have. This app, Rocket Money, shows you all of your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't know that you were paying for. You might even figure out that you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel next to Netflix, Hulu, whichever ones you don't want anymore, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now by downloading the app for free at rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat. It is rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat. Seriously, you could save hundreds of dollars per year. Link is in the description of this video. It's rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat. Saturday football, yes, the NFL announced on Sunday night that the Chiefs will kick off a Saturday doubleheader as they head to Vegas for a Week 18 game. The nightcap is going to be Tennessee and Jacksonville. Winner of that game is the number 4 seed. And by the way, go Titans, go Titans. Jags are getting hot. You wouldn't want to have to potentially face them in a playoff game with how they're playing. Tennessee without Ryan Tannehill, I mean, they're going to go with Josh Dobbs. I'd be shocked if they beat Jacksonville, but you'd much rather take your chances with them if you have to face them. NFL did make that announcement, though, that Chiefs at Raiders will be this Saturday, 4:30 Eastern. Kansas City, like I said, they should play their starters regardless of what happens in this Bills-Bengals game tonight, because you go through the 2 scenarios. Obviously, if Cincinnati wins, then the number 1 seed's up for grabs, so you're going to play it straight up. But even if the Bills win, you still have a chance at the number 1 seed, because if you win on Saturday and Buffalo loses on Sunday, then you would get the number 1 seed in that scenario as well. So Chiefs will play their starters regardless of what happens in this game tonight, and they need to have a chance at that top seed. Speaking of this matchup, Chiefs versus Raiders live watch party this Saturday afternoon, and guess what? I'm going to be in Los Angeles for the national championship game. We're going to do our watch party live from LA, so subscribe and join us. Turn on those notifications so you know exactly when we do go live here on the Chiefs Report. So don't miss any of it. Should be a lot of fun. Watch party for this week, and then throughout the playoffs as well. Every single playoff game we will be live for a watch party. Is Patrick Mahomes a lock for NFL MVP? That's where we'll finish today's news and rumors show, as Mahomes has crossed 5,000 passing yards and 40 passing touchdowns for the second time in his career. Last time he did that, he won league MVP. Now you look at his overall numbers this year, 67%, over 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns. Does have 12 picks, but still just putting up a crazy year. 4 rushing touchdowns as well. He's been terrific, and I think with his play down the stretch, and Jalen Hurts getting nicked up certainly didn't help his cause, but Mahomes is separated, and the sports books certainly agree with that as well, as he's minus 850 odds. I mentioned earlier, Joe Burrow, if he wins tonight and Mahomes slips up in Week 18, and say the Bengals sneak in and get the 1 seed, then maybe Burrow could still win it. I don't think Allen can catch Mahomes. I don't think Hurts is catching Mahomes at this point as well. Barring something weird, Mahomes is MVP. That's just the reality of it. 5,000 yards and 40-plus passing touchdowns. It's happened 8 times in NFL history. Mahomes has now done it twice. 2 of the 8 times he has done it. And like I said, the last time it happened, he won Most Valuable Player. So sounds like he's the MVP. I'd put it at 90-95%. If he wins against the Raiders, it's about 99.9. I don't think he's going to get caught if he wins in Week 18. Now, what do you guys think? You tell me. Has Patrick Mahomes already clinched? Is it over already at this moment? I can't say for sure, but I do think it's pretty damn close. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Has Patrick Mahomes already clinched his second MVP? Like we said earlier, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be live on Saturday in Los Angeles for a Chiefs-Raiders watch party. That should be a lot of fun, and of course, we'll have videos every single day leading up to that as well. So don't go anywhere. Here on the Chiefs Report, we will have the best content here on YouTube when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, what are the people saying? Ryan says yes. Brian, yes. Chris, Nerdy, Cole, Kyle in there. Nerdy says yes. Paul says yes. Nerdy says yes. He didn't clutch it yet from Mario. That's fair. I think if Burrow wins the last 2 and Mahomes loses next week, Burrow could sneak in there and win it, maybe. Tony, Aaron, Nerdy, T Green, Joaquin all saying yes. Randy says yes. Joaquin says yes. Week 18 kickoff time starting to leak, I believe. Eli says yes. Hydro says yes. So we'll see. I think he's got a very good chance. All right, Trace fixed it. Had to get it in here. Who you got in the national championship game? I'll make this the live poll. Why not? Why not? We'll have fun. Who wins the national championship? Who do you guys think wins it? TCU or Georgia? If you don't care, just pick TCU because that would make me very happy. What are the people saying? Corrupt says TCU. Tony, TCU. Nerdy says Georgia. Dale and Hydro say TCU. Clip says TCU.
TCU. TCU. TCU.
Need it. Don't need it, but man, I would love to have it. Tony says TCU. Ed Griffin. Nerdy says Georgia. We got Eli saying Georgia.
Is it crazy to think that you live in a world where you could see the Chiefs and the Horned Frogs win their respective championships
In the same year?
in the same year?
It's possible.
Who says no?
It's a real possibility. I definitely don't say no. This would be incredible. The Elite says TCU. We'll see. Georgia big favorites. We'll see what happens leading up to the game. Should be a lot of fun. All right, mailbag time. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. Get those questions on the show. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat, and we will load them all up for you guys. If you have any questions about the Chiefs for the rest of the season, the offseason, whatever, get those questions in. And remember, Trizzy Trey's $20 Super Chat. He said he'll do a beer bong for you guys. So here we go. Hashtag Chiefs Super Chat. It is mailbag time here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. On today's show, it's mailbag time. So use hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get those questions in, and we will answer as many as we possibly can. From Deldrick Smith with Blake Bell's touchdown. Patrick Mahomes has 13 different people that have touchdowns. Isn't that an NFL record? So I saw a discrepancy on this. I should double check. Someone said he's thrown to 11 different guys. You're saying 13. I think 13 is the record. I need to double check, but either way, the Chiefs have spread the wealth a lot this year, and we kind of thought that coming in, right? With Tyreek Hill leaving, we knew Travis Kelce would still get a lot of love, but Juju, Valdez-Scantling, Kadarius Toney's in the mix now. Bell comes back. Noah Gray, Jody Fortson, the running backs. Yeah, I mean, they've all gotten their touches, their opportunities. And welcome back, Blake Bell. Could play a role down the stretch. Tony Fuentes, should we trade Butker? Well, nothing's going to happen to the offseason. I mean, he's the kicker the rest of the way. Hopefully he figures it out because, look, if the Chiefs lose a tight playoff game, if I had to guess right now what the main reason is, it might be because Butker missed a big kick. And that's not something I would have suspected coming into the year, but he just hasn't been as good. It just is what it is. Whether he's still hurt, whether the holding's the problem, whether he's just not sticking with his technique, I don't know. I don't know the root of the problem, but his field goal percentage is what, like 76% this year? I mean, that's his career percentages are 88%. I mean, it's well below his career numbers. Hasn't been good. It has not been good at all. From J.J. McCarthy's daddy, picture of Max Duggan. What's more likely, winning the Super Bowl or losing in the first round? That's a good question right now. Probability, and that's a mathematic term, probability, would tell you losing in the first round is more likely, because to make the Super Bowl, the Chiefs are going to have to win at least 2, if not 3 playoff games if they don't get the number 1 seed. Obviously, they've done that multiple times in the last few years, but the Chiefs got to be more consistent. They do. I mean, they can't play 2.5 quarters against the Bills or the Bengals and expect to win. We saw the Chiefs lose to the Bills and the Bengals in the regular season. Now, the Chiefs are a 13-3 team. They have the best quarterback in football. Andy Reid's a hell of a coach. Like, they have all the ingredients to go all the way, but they got to tighten some things up. They got to do the little things better. They've been negative in the turnover margin this year. Those are things that you're not going to get away with most likely in the postseason. So hopefully they play better. I still think this is a team that can win the Super Bowl, but if I had to pick either losing the first round or winning the Super Bowl, probability would say pick losing the first round, so I'd probably have to say that. Now, what do you guys think? Will the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Probability would say no, but they've gone to 4 straight AFC Championship games, so I fully expect them to be in the mix. From K. Chappell, on the extra point, it was for sure Tommy who messed up the hole, but the field goal looked more on Butker. What do you think we will do at the end of the season with our special teams? I don't know. If it's truly a Townsend problem, then I think you just got to have someone else hold the kicks. Backup quarterback can do that, whether it's Chad Henne or someone else next year. I don't think they'll make a change on the holder this late this season, but I could see it being something looked at in the offseason. You're not going to cut Tommy Townsend. He's one of the best punters in the NFL. But if the backup quarterback needs to be the holder instead of the punter, so be it, because you gotta fix that operation. If it is on the holder, then change the holder. If it's on Butker, then well, maybe he enters next year with a shorter leash. He's been so good for this team for many years, but this year he is not, and that's just a fact. From Dale Webb Jr., off topic, I got married over the weekend, and we had a Kansas City Chiefs themed wedding. Congratulations, Dale Webb. Everyone say congrats in the chat for Dale Webb Jr. Get the comments flowing. Congrats to Dale. That is awesome, my man. Marriage is a beautiful thing. I've been married, 2.5 years now. It's flying by, and got a kid coming in April. So congratulations. What a new year to you. Married, new year. Chiefs playoff run coming up, so get the congrats going. Get the DWJs going. Congrats, Dale. Shout out Trizzy Trace for getting this graphic made. Congrats to Dale Webb Jr. He's been watching the Chiefs Report for a long time. That is awesome. Wish you and your sig other a lot of happiness. All right, let's keep this mailbag rolling. Cole Keller, any update on Joe Tooney? So I didn't see anything today. Let me just see. And we're filming this mailbag on Monday, so things could change depending on when you're watching this. He's been dealing with that ankle. He was kind of in and out of that game, so we'll see. Cole, we'll keep an eye on it, and be sure to subscribe to the Chiefs Report, because if there's any big updates, we'll have you covered. Rich King, who would you want the Chiefs to play in the Super Bowl that you think would be a great matchup? I think the most. How do I phrase this? I think the most fun, highly anticipated matchup would be either a rematch with the 49ers or the Bucs again, because the Chiefs have played them both twice. Brady, with Tampa Bay, I'd be surprised if they made a run. Dallas would be huge ratings. I mean, that for sure. You can't trust the Cowboys in the playoffs, but that would draw huge. I don't think Philadelphia is going to do it. I don't know if they're ready for that, to be quite honest. NFC is wide open. I don't know what's going to happen in the NFC. Do the Packers sneak in and make a run? Who knows? Is Brady going to get – he's kind of gotten hot all of a sudden, so – we'll see, man. I'd like another crack at the Bucs. I definitely would like to see that. But it would also be pretty depressing if they lost to this Bucs team that has not been that good this year. So we'll see. Got to get there first, and then the chips will fall where they may. BetUS sponsoring today's show. If you think the Chiefs are going to make the Super Bowl, go put your money where your mouth is with BetUS. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. To sign up with BetUS, then plug in our promo code Chiefs125. That'll get you 125% deposit bonus. Lay down $100, they'll give you $125 for free. Extra money to gamble with BetUS. We've got the updated MVP odds. Obviously, minus 850 for Mahomes. You'd have to put down 85 to win 10, but if you think it's a lock, then you can get some money there. If you think Joe Burrow is worth a little 10-piece, think there's an outside shot he can win it. I don't think putting money on Allen or Hurts is worthwhile at this point, but feel free to go put your money down. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet or use promo code Chiefs125. Achilles, draft Darnell Washington, 6'7", 260. Sheesh. He's a fun tight end. Now he's banged up. We'll see if he plays in the national championship game against TCU. Had an ankle injury against Ohio State, but yeah, he's athletic. He's talented. That other tight end Georgia has, Brock Bowers, who's not draft eligible, but he will be next year. He's a stud as well. But Washington's fun. I think a day two type of guy, second, third round, could be a fun type of player in this offense. XJG clips, are the Vikings frauds? Yes. I think they can win a playoff game. But in terms of being a real Super Bowl contender, look, they deserve a lot of credit for winning a lot of close games. And they've pretty much lost all their big games, and they've gotten blown out in a lot of them. Dallas hung 40 on them. Aaron Rodgers just blitzkrieged them yesterday. You had a chance to eliminate the Packers from playoff contention, essentially, and you get blown out. So I think the Vikings could win a playoff game. Decent chance they'll play the Giants in the first round. That's a game that I think Minnesota could win, but I don't see them getting past the divisional round. Teams in the NFC I like over Minnesota right now are Philadelphia, Dallas. I think you got to put Green Bay in there if they can make the playoffs, and obviously San Francisco. That's at least 4 teams. So I think they probably win a playoff game, but that's probably it. Now, join the family here at the Chiefs Report as we post daily videos for 100% free. We want more people in our kingdom here at the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. Trying to get to 35,000 subscribers. Last time I checked, we were 200 away, so help us out. Hit the sub button. You won't regret it here on this show. Got a few more on this mailbag. Isamori, what trades do you think the Chiefs making this offseason? I don't know. I don't know what trades they could or would make. I mean, obviously there's Devontae Adams trade rumors out there, but the Raiders ain't trading him interdivision to the Chiefs. There's just no way that's going to happen. Plus, they didn't pay Tyreek Hill $30 million. Why would they take on Devontae Adams $30 million? So don't think that's happening. Do you tag and trade Orlando Brown if you want to move on there? He's played better lately, which is a good sign. I don't know. I'd have to think of some other trade possibilities, but we know Brett Veach is an aggressive GM. He's made a lot of trades in the past, so we'll see what he does. From Noah, I feel like the Eagles would make the Super Bowl, but with Hurts getting hurt, do you think he's going to fall off? Not really. I mean, I still think he'll play well. Now, will he play elite in the playoffs? Playoffs are a different game. We know that. He got that playoff experience last year in that loss to the Bucs. We'll see how much that factors in this year. They obviously need him. I mean, they've lost 2 games without him. So we'll see if he plays in Week 18 and how he plays in the playoffs. But if he plays well, they're certainly going to have a chance. He's had a good year. I think for Philadelphia, the defense has got to tighten up a bit if they're going to make a run in the NFC because it's harder to score 30, 35 points in the playoffs consistently. So that defense has to play better. Name your favorite Chiefs player ever. It can be a current guy, it can be Mahomes if you want, or it could be someone else like a Derek Thomas, a Derek Johnson, Tony Gonzalez, whoever. Let us know who your favorite Chiefs player of all time is down in the comments section. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at HGramNFL and on Instagram. Guess what? Same handle, at HGramNFL. You can follow me, ask me your Chiefs questions over there. If I didn't get them answered on this show, you can ask me on social media. So hit me up. It's at HGramNFL on Twitter and at HGramNFL on Instagram. More Chiefs and NFL content over there. So go ahead and give me a follow. All right, let's see what the people are saying. Favorite Chief ever? Excuse me. SC says Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas from Randy. Eagles didn't have A.J. Brown last year. Yeah, I mean, he's a difference maker, big time. That's why they're 13-3 this year and not 9-8 last year. He's made a big difference. Joe Montana, Eric Berry, Jamal Charles, Mahomes, Lenny Dawson, Tyreek Hill. Today it's Jerick McKinnon. Hey, Jerick McKinnon's been a stud recently. 8 touchdowns in 5 games. That's it's impressive. He's doing some good things. All right, 2 mailbags today. 1 more to go. We just did our first one. So use hashtag Chiefs or the Super Chat function to get your questions on the show. If you Super Chat, you can skip the line. If you use the hashtag Chiefs, we'll get to those questions as well. So let's make it happen. 1 more mailbag to go here on the Chiefs Report. Before we jump into today's Chiefs Report mailbag, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel. Listen, give me a week. Hit the subscribe button. Give us a week. If you don't like the content during that week, you can unsubscribe. No problem. It's 100% free. Just give us a chance. I think you will enjoy what you see. We cover Chiefs news, rumors, other content. We'll do some off-season videos once we get closer to the off-season and, of course, in the off-season. Playoff picture stuff. It's heating up. So hit that sub button. Don't miss any of our coverage here at the Chiefs Report. Subscribe today for 100% free. If you love the Chiefs, you're at the right place. Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. If you love having your questions answered, also in the right place because it is mailbag time. So use hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get your questions answered on the show. From our friend Ryan with the Super Chat, appreciate it. Should we consider a new kicker for next season? I didn't think we'd get to this point where I would say yes, but I don't think you can rule it out. I mean, if Harrison Butker struggles in Week 18 and say he misses a key kick or 2 in the playoffs, I think it has to be on the table. I think you at least have to consider it. I'll put it this way. You at least should bring a second kicker onto your 90-man roster for the offseason. Bring in a little competition. Turn up the heat a little bit. I think, Harrison Butker's a high-paid kicker. He's one of the few kickers in the league where he's kind of in that category of, if I struggle, they're not going to replace me. Well, you struggle for a whole year and, in a playoff game, that could certainly change the narrative. So let's see how this year finishes, but if he struggles, then that could definitely be the case. From Tom and then Elizabeth Reed with the $100 Super Chat. Tom says, congrats, Dale. If you missed our other mailbag, one of our subscribers, Dale Webb Jr., got married over the weekend. Shout out, Dale, and shout out, Elizabeth. Trizzy Trace,
Queen Elizabeth!
I think that's a beer bong for both of us.
Oh, 100%.
That's a beer bong 100%. For both of us. So, Elizabeth, after this mailbag, at the end of our live show, because we're doing this live for people watching later in the week, Trace and I are going to do a beer bong. So we'll get to this mailbag. She says, let's go Frogs. Hey, Elizabeth, is this real life? I mean, seriously, I'm going to be in L.A., so hey, let's go win the national championship. Hopefully you're there too. That'd be sick if you got to go, but I can't wait. Unreal. Shout out Elizabeth Reed. 2 more tallies on the Chiefs Flag Club, by the way. We'll tally those up. I don't have it in here, but we'll get that tallied up. And we'll be back with Watch Party Saturday, Elizabeth. We've had a few weeks off, but we will be back. Who you got in the Natty in honor of Elizabeth Reed, fellow TCU alum? Type TCU for the Frogs, UGA for the Georgia Bulldogs. Let's go, baby. Got to make it happen. Keep this mailbag on track here. Aiden Bryce, sign Juan Thornhill. Yeah, free agent. I'd bring him back. I think I've talked before, 2-year deal, maybe $12 million, $6 million a year. I think he's worth bringing back. I don't think he's a top dollar safety, but I like Thornhill. I think he's probably the best cover safety the Chiefs have. Justin Reed's been mostly disappointing this year. I think Brian Cook's got potential, but he's better in the box than on the back end. So, yeah, I'd like to bring Thornhill back. There's our man, Dale Webb Jr. If Juju or McColl don't return next season, trade for Deebo Samuel or DK Metcalf. Listen, I would take either of those guys on the team. Both got paid. I'd be surprised if the Niners traded Deebo after paying him, but maybe Seattle would. Maybe they enter a transition year where they draft a quarterback and get some assets for DK Metcalf. So, yeah, I think that could be a possibility. And, yeah, they'll have to make decisions on Juju and McColl as well. From Corrupt, who would they think about getting Quentin Johnston from TCU? You're going to have to move up for him, probably. I mean, if he backs up that semifinal performance with another monster game in the national championship, I mean, he could go top 10. I mean, he's 6'4", 215. I've been telling you guys and other people that at his size, he's very twitchy and good after the catch. We saw that on that 76-yard touchdown against Michigan. So I think that he's probably going to go top 15, top 20 at worst. Chiefs hopefully are picking 32nd because that means they won the Super Bowl. But even if not, they're going to be picking in the mid-late 20s at highest. So going to have to move up if you want him. But could you imagine him running routes for Patrick Mahomes, catching balls? I mean, it would be lethal if he ended up in Kansas City. Now, save some money with Rocket Money. That way you can save up for your Quentin Johnston Chiefs jersey when the Chiefs do draft them. We'll see what happens. RocketMoney.com/ChiefsChat. Download the app today on your iPhone and Android. And what Rocket Money does is it's really going to keep you up to date on your finances, and you can save money by canceling subscriptions because 80% of people have subscriptions that they have forgotten about. Maybe for you, it's an unused Amazon Prime account or a Hulu account that never gets streamed. There's this great app that me and Trizzy Trace use. It's called Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. We no longer waste subscriptions on or money on subscriptions that we're not using anymore because what this app does is it shows you all of your subscriptions on one screen and then it cancels whichever ones you don't want anymore. You can click the cancel button, say, yeah, I don't want Netflix, Hulu, whatever anymore. I'm not watching those right now. Boom. They will cancel it for you. You don't have to worry about reaching out to the companies like Hulu, Netflix, whatever, to cancel their services, and you no longer will be getting charged. So download the app today, rocketmoney.com/ChiefsChat. This is a great app. It keeps you up to date on your upcoming bills as well. Save money because you're probably spending a lot of money on subscriptions that you don't even realize you're using. SC's highlights. Defense has been inconsistent last year. It was our secondary play that got hot last year, but fell off. It's been the D-line, but the secondary is average. I mean, look, when you have multiple rookie corners playing a lot, I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, it just is. Justin Reed hasn't been as good as we had hoped. So, yeah, I mean, it's, I think inconsistent's a good word. At times it's good. It's talented. It's just young. That's why you need a guy like L'Jarius Sneed to be 100% come playoff time. From Hypno Toad, is Chris Jones getting a contract extension this off season? I hope so. I mean, Chris Jones is a top 5 defensive player in this league. I mean, for an interior pass rusher, he's got 13 sacks, 15 tackles for loss, a couple of forced fumbles. You just can't replace him. You think the defense is inconsistent now? Take Chris Jones away. This is probably a bottom 5 unit in the NFL. With him, it's a league average unit. I mean, he makes that much of a difference. With him, you're probably the 15th or so best defense in the league. Without him, you're probably a bottom 5 unit. that's just how impactful he is. I mean, it's not just the sacks, it's the pressures, it's the disruptions, it's, drawing double teams. I mean, he is a game wrecker, and to me, he's been the best interior pass rusher in the NFL this year, surpassing Aaron Donald. Should the Chiefs sign Chris Jones to an extension after this year? I think it's a no-brainer. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm typing yes a million times. Let me know what you would do. GM Evan Henders, who would you rather play in the first round, Steelers, Dolphins, or Patriots? Oh, gosh. I mean, who would have thought Dolphins would be in the same conversation as Steelers or Patriots 3 weeks ago, but this is where we are after 5 straight losses. I still would probably not pick them just because with Tua and Waddle, you never know. Those guys can get hot. I'd probably go, I might go Patriots. As crazy as that sounds, Pittsburgh's 6-2 when TJ Watt plays. Kenny Pickett's playing better. Patriots are decent, and they've got Belichick, but Mac Jones, he just doesn't scare me. They don't have any weapons that scare me, at least for Pittsburgh. Najee Harris is a good back, and they've got Deontay Johnson and George Pickens. Who's the Patriots' best receiver? I don't even know who it is. So I think I would go New England, as weird as that sounds. John Satterfield, do you think McCole Hardman will play the rest of the year? I hope he gets out there. I'm surprised he hasn't. Sounded like he was close a couple weeks ago, then we didn't see him. So we'll see what happens. I think he's a guy that can have a good role in the postseason, but, you get these soft tissue injuries that can take a little longer than expected. Gary Holland, how bad was Sky Moore hurt? It's hard to say. We'll see. We'll learn more as the week goes on. I'll pull up Twitter right now, see if there's anything new, but I don't think we have an update, so we'll keep an eye on Sky Moore. T. Green, Jones Defensive Player of the Year. I think he deserves consideration. I think it'll probably be Nick Bosa, but I think Chris Jones should be in that conversation. Yep. Corrupt C3, any updates on OBJ? I mean, I think at this point he's not signing, right? It's week 18 now. Who's going to sign him without any snaps in the regular season and put him out there in a playoff game? I mean, maybe a team like the Giants would consider that with how thin they are at receiver, but I think he waits till the offseason, signs in free agency to a contender, maybe the Chiefs. By the way, this is probably better for the Chiefs if he doesn't sign before the playoffs because I don't think they were going to get him before the playoffs. But with Juju and McCole Hardman being free agents, I think the Chiefs' OBJ rumors will pick back up after this season. What year did you become a Kansas City Chiefs fan? If you don't remember, maybe you remember who the quarterback was when you did, so you can type the quarterback's name as well. But curious to see how long you guys have been Chiefs fans. Let us know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our mailbag video. Hit that subscribe button. If you want to be a part of these mailbags, you got to subscribe and join us on Mondays, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central Time. That is when we answer all of your questions. So subscribe, turn on those notifications, and check out all of our other coverage as well. News, rumors, live watch parties will be live for all the playoff games. So it should be a lot of fun. Hit that sub button and join the movement here at the Chiefs Report. All right, let's see. What are the people saying? And then, Trace, we got to get those beer bongs. I can get some shout-outs, and if you want to get me the Merbonga and you can just do your Freedom Funnel, we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. Trizzy, Trace, and I. Whatever. Just nothing cold unless that's the only option. All right. Tom's. Oh, Elizabeth Reed. Another super chat. We'll get that on screen. Plus MDBs once Trace gets back. Something crazy is happening out there. I'm not sure what. Tony Fuentes is 1997. This Tulane USC game is apparently crazy right now. 45-39 with 20 seconds left. Unreal. 1960 from Noah. How about that? 97 from Tony and Dale. Frizz Mothers, 1992. What year? Trace getting these beer bongs ready. Corrupt says 2000s. John says 1987. Ed Griffin, 64. What year for you, Elizabeth Reed? The people want to know. Josh says 2017. Early 70s from Jeff Nelson. Satterfield says 87. Ed Griffin, 1964. That is A long time. That was the year my parents were born. Thomas Hicks says 1997 or 1977. Chris says 2015. What's happening? Can we turn it on in here? Get that bad boy on. Let's go, Trizzy. And Elizabeth Reed sent another super chat, so we got to get to those as well. Got a lot going on here. Yeah. It's up to you. I don't care. It's fine. All right, we're getting this Tulane game on. There's like 20 seconds left. Then we're going to do these beer bongs. Yeah, ESPN. We'll get that bad boy on. 2019 from Laura. Josh Joe. Oh, first and goal at the 6. First and goal at the 6. I can't see it. I don't have the angle. Just get it on in here. Get it on in here. You got to get over to, is it unknown? Just take a chance. Oh, this is it. I don't know. Ask Sam. What? 1964. I think the box is down here. Let's see what happens at the end of this Tulane game. Oh, this is Spectrum. Let me see what it is. I'm checking it. 34. All right. Doing a little play-by-play. Trying to do a little play-by-play. Here we go. Tulane.
Okay, let's go.
17 seconds left. Go full screen, Trace. Get this full screen. Let's go. We'll get those super chats on screen before we sign off here. Here we go. Watch party mode. How much for a boot? $100. $100 for a boot.
Let's go.
$100 super chat. Jeremy Chuggs will do a beer boot. That's 3 beers. $100 super chat.
Let's go Tulane.
Tulane. Let's go.
Tulane?
Let's go.
Tulane.
Let's go. Green
Wave. Let's go Green Wave. Let's go Green Wave. So here's the situation. USC leads 45-39, 18 seconds left. Tulane first and goal at the 6-yard line.
Let's go.
At the right hash, snap, throws, right side, dropped. That's okay. It was short of the end zone. They would have had to take a timeout. You're saying that took 6 seconds, that play? That is fraudulent. There's no way that took 6 seconds. Did they change the clock before the snap? Was it 16? Okay, I thought it was 18. Caleb Williams in shambles on the sidelines. Second and goal at the 6. No timeouts for Tulane.
I heard he put F Tulane on his fingertips.
Is it Tulane? It's Tulane. I know that, but they don't. Second and goal at the 6 for the Green Wave. Can't run the ball. Snap. Throws. End zone. Oh, he dropped it. Incomplete. It's incomplete. It's going to be third down. Elizabeth Reed with the 1. That looks caught. That's a catch. You got to review it. That's going to be a catch. Tulane. Let's go! Elizabeth Reed. So Trace and I are going to do beer bongs. Chuggs is going to do a beer boot. And we're going to see what happens on this review. This never hits the ground. It never hits the ground. That is a catch. That never hits the ground.
Almost a pick.
The defender had a hand in there, but Tulane caught it. That's a catch.
That would have been a pick.
That is a catch. Someone says, is Elizabeth Reed in the Mafia or something? I don't think so, but Elizabeth Reed, if you want to respond, feel free. Caleb Williams, shambles. Let's look at some stats from this game. So Tulane has 533 total yards, 305 rushing, 228 passing. Caleb Williams, in what might be a losing effort, 36 of 50, 460 yards, and 5 touchdowns with the pick. It's still under review. They called it incomplete on the field.
Dude.
If they don't overturn this, criminal.
Those Matt Green helmets look fresh.
Criminal.
My cousin-in-law, who I'm not related to, is at the game right now.
A light blue cage would have been.
We're pouring these beer bongs, Trizzy. Let's go.
Dude, this is my cousin-in-law went to USC, huge SC fan.
They're so
is
dumb.
at the game
That's
right
a
now.
catch.
Shambles. Shambles.
What a game!
Shout out Tulane, by the way.
Really?
Let's see. It's a touchdown! Let's go!
Let's go!
So the game is tied, extra point pending. There's 8 seconds left. You gotta love college football, baby. Let's go.
Tulane faithful going crazy in the
Never
stands.
a doubt!
Dude,
Let's-
He misses this extra point.
Don't say that.
Let's go!
If he misses it, let's get a scoreboard. We're staying live. We're doing overtime. Overtime, baby. They added a second to the clock, so there's going to be 9 seconds left.
TUL
Snap down. Kick is up and good. Tulane 46. USC 45.
Tulane is
How about T for Tulane and U for USC? Okay. Y'all ready for this?
Do the mascots.
Let's go, baby. So Chugs is going to do a beer boot. Raise that piece. Is someone timing this, or you going for the record?
I can try.
What's your record?
I have a good stomach on me. We had a great lunch.
Well, you have a great stomach on you, Chugs. All right, we got Zoe in the building who's going to time this. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. You did that faster than I did one beer. So congratulations.
Woo.
They call him Jeremy Chugs for a reason.
Suck it, Caleb Williams.
Shout out Elizabeth Reed.
Elizabeth!
Elizabeth. Let's go. Trace, let's get those super chats on the screen. And I'm going to stay live just in case. See what happens here.
Type T for Tulane, type T for
Oh,
Trojan.
squib kick. Oh, my God. The guy fell on it at the 11-yard line. They got to go 89 yards in
We got
7
an
seconds.
OU boomer right here.
Lincoln Riley sucks, right? Sucks.
Fraud.
Hey, it's a great thing he left, right?
Shout out
We
MDB.
never even wanted him anyways.
Shout out MDB with the super chat, $5. Let me see what he asked, Chugs. He says, I would prefer to see Sneed and McDuffie on the outside and invest in a slot. I could see that. They definitely could add another corner in the mix this offseason. So shout out MDB. Let's get these other supers on, Trace, and then we'll break down what's happening here. Elizabeth Reed, may have already answered this. Sorry, I was like, no sorry's needed. But are you worried about Josh Williams with the penalties or just needs to learn to develop? I mean, he's a 4th-round rookie. He's shown some promise. More on this in a second. Caleb Williams throws right side, incomplete. 2 seconds left. I like Josh Williams and his talent. He's got good size, but he's a little grabby. He's a rookie. It's tough playing corner as a rookie in the NFL. I think he just needs more development. And then, of course, the other 100 bomb here. Shout out Elizabeth Reed. You're a real one here at the Chiefs Report. And, guys, Tulane is 1 play away from winning the Cotton Bowl to cap off the greatest season in their program's history. Caleb Williams, potential #1 pick in 2024, takes the snap. Williams throws underneath, and they're going to start lateraling the football. USC, back to Caleb Williams. He's dancing around, breaks a tackle. That's still backwards. This play is still alive. Flicks it back across. USC still has it alive. Oh, that's illegal. That's game. Tulane. Wave. Let's go. Woo! Type Tulane in the chat.
Let's go!
Caleb Williams. Cocky Caleb Williams. Jugs.
Suck it, Caleb Williams.
Let's freaking go,
You know
baby.
what? Hey, Lincoln Riley's brisket, it's dry.
It is.
Because they got the wave over here.
I'm more of a Drake May guy.
Yes, exactly. All right, things got a little off the rails. Appreciate you guys.
Caleb Williams, you will never be Patrick Mahomes.
Never. No more Mahomes comparisons to Mahomes, please. I don't need to see that anymore. By the way, Tulane went 2-10 last season and just won the freaking Cotton Bowl over USC. 12-2. They also beat Kansas State this year, the Big 12 champs. Incredible season for Tulane. Tulane. Shout out to the Green Wave. Unbelievable. Someone says boot it. Dale Webb, come on. You got to go for the underdog. Unless you're a USC fan, then, well, that sucks. But, all right, we're out of here. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to all the super chatters. Elizabeth Reed, you're a real one. Hope you're at LA. It's going to be a legendary Monday night when TCU takes on Georgia. Go Frogs. Go Chiefs. On Saturday, we'll have a live watch party. See you guys soon here on the Chiefs Report.